Are you a leather holster enthusiast like me? If so, you've clicked on the right video. What's up, gentlemen? My name is Luke, also known as Lever Boy. Today I want to discuss the best leather holsters you can get for concealed carry. Before we get to the holsters, let's briefly discuss the advantages of using a leather holster. First and foremost is comfort. There is no dispute here. Leather is more comfortable on your body than its Kydex counterpart. Ask me how I know. I've carried plastic before. Rigid, hard, gets in the way, falls down your pants. Okay, the next advantage is leather is quiet. I don't know about you, but every Kydex holster I've ever drawn from has made more noise than my cat does in the middle of the night when she's hungry. She does not shut up. The next advantage is longevity and durability. That's a two-parter. A leather holster can last 100 years. There, I said it. Okay, and the last advantage is that leather just looks better than plastic. And you're never gonna change my mind about that. You talking shit? Okay, let me give you a couple disadvantages of my animal material of choice. Some leather holsters do require a break-in period. The next disadvantage is that leather is not immune to extreme elements. And the last disadvantage is that you may have to use some leather conditioner on the holster if you live in one of these uber hot areas. Now that the relevant sissy gripes are out the way, let's get to the holsters. The two most popular ways of carry are inside the waistband and outside the waistband. Let's first talk about inside the waistband. For all you adrenaline junkies out there with no fear that like to carry appendix style, I'm going to recommend A631. And this one is part of Falco's Timeless series. Now you can get this holster with or without the claw. And what the claw does is kind of help straighten out the holster so it doesn't bend so much around your waist or your hip when you're wearing it. This holster is made of 8-ounce heavy premium Italian full grain leather and is double stitched around the high stress areas to ensure it's never coming undone. There are 3 colors that this holster comes with. It's going to be tan brown, saddle brown, and black. Now A631 does come with a thumb brake. I'm that monkey wrestling type that worries more about retention than speed, so I like the thumb brake. This holster has the open bottom design, so if you ever want to stick a threaded barrel on your handgun, it'll still fit really well. Now mine right here comes with a very solid steel clip that will go on side your belt. I have it measured out for an 1.75-inch belt, but you can tailor it to any size belt that you want. The other IWB holster that I like a lot is the A106 Falcon. This one is a little bit thinner and a little bit lighter holster, but I like to wear this one more at the 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock position. What I like so much about the Falcon right here is that it does feel a little bit slimmer and lighter than the other, making it just the tiniest bit more comfortable to carry. Okay, and speaking of carrying these holsters, how do you plan to carry them without a belt? Well, I got you covered. I got 2 options right here for you. Falco's K105, and then the other one's gonna be the K106. So K105 is made from 2 layers of the classic pre-colored leather, and it's also reinforced with polymer in the back, so the V-shape thing that commonly happens on leather belts never happens. This belt will stay straight for its entire life. And if it doesn't, you have a lifetime warranty on each belt. K105 comes with Falco's traditional silver buckle and is also the standard hole belt. It tightens up with holes. Now K106 is the exact same belt but utilizes the ratchet buckle, which has 38 micro adjustments on it. This type of belt is extremely useful. In fact, I've used this belt so many times it's hard to go back to the traditional style of belts. It gives you that ultra snug fit that you want. The 2 colors you see here is tan brown and saddle brown, but a wider variety of colors is available on the website. Okay, now on to our outside the waistband holsters. Enter C126 Buffalo. Donka. The Donka. Donka. Only you Dances with the Wolves fans is going to understand that reference. If there's any horseback riding Civil War reenactment people in the audience, I got you covered. This is a cross-draw style holster. The cross-draw style holsters were made famous back during the Civil War when our cavalrymen wanted to grab the pistol with their non-dominant hand so they could grab the sword or saber with their dominant hand. Not too much has changed in present day because I think a lot of us have swapped out our horse for a vehicle. The cross-draw style holsters are ideal for sitting down. I can sit down in a computer chair, any type of chair really, and forget the holster is there completely. As you can see, this is a 2-loop design for your belt, and it sits on your left-hand side or your right-hand side, depending on which hand you are. But for me, since I'm right-handed, the holster is going to sit on my left side of my body. I really do enjoy the cross-draw holsters because I've always felt that I could draw a pistol out the fastest if it was positioned in the location and angle that the cross-draw is positioned at. Now, for you truck drivers out there, I think this is the holster for you because your long drives are going to be where this holster really shines. As you can see, the seat belt rides on top out of the way of the holster, so it never inhibits my draw. I can see this holster being used more in the winter since it does stick out a bit, but you can easily cover it up with a sweater or a jacket. Okay, the next holster is going to be for you on-the-go Joe, when you just want to grab a holster and leave quickly. The C120 Alligator, fellow alligator. I can relate with him. There's many alligators down here. Do not like any of them either. The C120 Alligator is a very simple holster. There's no frills or no thrills with this one. It comes with a steel belt clip and can be attached to whatever size belt that you want and usually fits the straight up and down position. And while it's on your belt, you can slide it left or right, positioning it into the perfect spot on your belt. The biggest benefit to me is that I don't have to loop this holster around my belt before I have my belt on. If you already have your belt on, you can grab this holster and just put it on and go. I got the bigger belt clip to fit my widest belt, but it will still fit the smaller belts as well. It will just have a little wiggle room to it. But it's not enough to ever hurt you. The convenience of this holster far outweighs that tiny bit of wiggle that you're getting on it. Now I've saved my favorite for last. The Miami Vice detective is strong with me because sexy leather shoulder holsters is where it's at. Enter D633 or D633, the full name being the Leather Roto Shoulder Holster with Double Magazine Pouch. Surely a mouthful, but it's worth every word and penny. This is the premium edition. Now this rig combines the comfort of vertical carry with the versatility of horizontal carry. Vertical being this way, horizontal being this way. It's a hand-colored and hand-shaped holster that is only made with Falco's best leather hides that they receive. Truly, this is the nicest shoulder holster I've ever seen. It's gorgeous. Now, let me explain to you how this holster works, okay? Now, the holster works on a little hinge system. It's gonna hinge forward a couple inches and then stop. It's never gonna go past that stopping point. And then you're gonna pull the gun out. Depending on how you strap it to yourself, the double magazine pouch does not sit right underneath your arm. It sits back behind your shoulder just the tiniest bit, but still makes ease of draw really nice. What will help you is angling the magazines in the right direction when you go to draw, so you have them in the right position when you go to insert them in your gun. I have practiced a lot of drawing from this holster, and I can get pretty quick with it now that I have practiced a good bit. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video about the best concealed carry leather holsters on the market. And if any of you want to see more of me, I am at the channel Lever Boy. So if you want to come over there and talk to me, I'll be waiting. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.